Okay, so let me just get set up here. Give me a second. Just get set up here, bear with me. Thank you guys for joining on a day I don't usually stream, but I'm working a lot, so I kind of have to fluctuate it around. Hold on a second while I get this set up. Alright, so we are going to go live on TikTok as well. Hopefully y'all are having a good Tuesday. I don't know what retention we'll get because I usually don't go live now. And it's probably also during the weekday. So it is what it is. Crypto must hold. Alright guys. Let's look at the crypto markets and see what's going on. Thank you for bearing with me. And Bitcoin is having a tumble. So first of all, I do want to start off like any normal stream, even though it's a different day of the week. We're still somehow in extreme greed. Last time we looked at it, we were at 75. I'm actually surprised that we are in extreme greed right now, but that's what's saying, so that's where we're going with. And to me, that's a bearish situation because if we're in extreme greed and we're not $8,000 off the all-time highs, to me that means more dumpage is likely, especially because Bitcoin is below $65,500, so it's likely we go lower. For whoever is not watching live stream right now, I am going to record this so that they can watch the Bitcoin update at another time. So Bitcoin right now is on a key level of support, and it looks like you're failing that support right now. $65,500 is a massive weekly support. If you can't hold that level, I'm looking for more downside. Technically, I had the weekly support at 65.7, 65.5 in that range. So if you want to say 65.7 to be safe, but either way, Bitcoin does not look very good right now. And really, the next level of support I have is 60,467. And then I don't know how my line got deleted, but you do have a decent amount of support at this $57,000 region. So we will see what happens. But that is kind of what I'm looking at right now. Is 57K is the most likely scenario if you don't get back above 65.5. And I guess also 60,000 would be next. So 60,000, then 57. So right now I'm more bearish than bullish because you are below the weekly support at 65.5, 65.7. So to me, that's what we have to look out for. Also, on the weekly chart, you see the stock RSI is coming down. Now, it's very likely you make a higher low and put a higher low in for the weekly chart. The last local low on the weekly chart was all the way down there at, holy crap, the last time the weekly chart was oversold, it was all the way oversold, was 14,000. That was the low, was about, just over a year ago. So, yes, you had this little bit of a dolphin dip here when you went down to 38, but the RSI never got completely oversold. So, to me right now, it's likely that that Bitcoin makes a higher low, very likely, actually, they make a higher low above that $15,000 area. If we look at the 3-day chart on Bitcoin right now, you're making a higher low. I would still say this bullpen is in play if you can get back above 65.5. Otherwise, it's not a good look. The daily chart also is just starting its dump, making a lower high. But you could also say, again, that it's still in this bullpen on the higher time frames. But I would negate this pattern if you can't close a weekly candle above 65.5. So if Bitcoin Sunday night closes below 65,500, it's likely that this pattern is going to fail, and we are going to go to the downside, to my downside targets. The lowest one is 57K for right now. So we'll see what happens. Shorter term, where can we go? Well, Again, you're losing the bottom of the pattern. That's not a good sign. You also lost a 200-day moving average on the 4-hour time frame, so it's likely we do come down to that $60,600 level on Bitcoin. The 1-hour chart also, look how fast this RSI is getting overbought. It's likely this makes a lower high, and unfortunately, I can't really see, unless Bitcoin can stay above 65,500, I'm looking for more downside. So that's the biggest level to watch this week. If you stay above it, I'm looking, this bigger measure move can play out to the upside. If you stay above 65.5, this bigger measure move up to around 100,000 can play out. If you don't hold 65.5, you're probably going to at least 57K. It's pretty much that simple. I'll wrap it up there. If you guys enjoyed this, appreciate it if you hit the like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and also join the trading group if you guys are interested. Link to join is in the description below. See you guys in the next update. That's my Bitcoin update. If Bitcoin fails, a lot of altcoins will fail. Just a little bit of another update on my long-term investment. I'm still long-term Atom. I'm still DCing into that every single week. So that's still my long-term play. I'm still bullish on Atom. And I put some money into Bohm as well. We'll see where that goes. I got into Bohm down there at 1.3 cents, 1.2 cents actually. Maybe it was 1.3. But yeah, if you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know in the comment section below and I will look at them. But that's kind of what I'm looking for Bitcoin. Bohm has been pretty strong though, so it's possible that Bohm. Thank you, Big Jeremy, for the hearts. I love you too. Your number 5 gifter on the team, awesome. Pre-having dump, yeah, I kind of thought this was a possibility, and I figured if we didn't get the dump before the halving, it was going to have to happen after. So I'd rather just get out of the way. And even after the halving, I could still possibly see more downside. The halving is not that far away either, so I would just be cautious about what the markets are doing. And anyways, Bohm is a meme coin that's holding up pretty nicely despite what Bitcoin's doing. We don't have a lot of data on it. It's a new meme coin. The 12-hour chart is overbought, but to me, you know, I can't say if that's a lower high or not. You don't have enough price action on that 12-hour. The 8-hour chart is putting a lower high in. I don't like that. The 6-hour chart, I'm still long-term bullish on Bohm, so I'm going to hold this for a few months and see what happens. The 6-hour chart, to me, that's a higher low on the 6-hour because the previous high in the 6-hour was up there at 17, and you're above it right now. The 4-hour chart, same thing. So the smaller time frames of Bohm look really good to me. So I did take a leverage trade on this from 17.2, and I took a spot trade on this from 1.3 cents. We'll see what happens. The spot trade I'm going to hold for a long time, and if this thing keeps going up long term, I might hold a leverage trade as well. So we'll see what happens on Bohm. But that is kind of my, I only did 3x leverage anyway, so unless we go back below like 11 cents, 1.1 cents, I won't be liquidated. But Bohm is one I'd watch long term for a nice 10x in the next 3 to 6 months. If Bitcoin, you know, stabilizes here around 65K, I could see this doing a 10x here in the next 3 to 6 months on Bohm. Market cap is around that $1 billion level, so it really has a lot of opportunity in my opinion as we speak. Any low cap gems? Well, I am in this coin called Solanic. It's on the, let me just download this really quick. It is on the Solana chain. So that is my, I've talked about before. I have a TikTok video I made about it, so if you want, go check that out. Solanic, S-O-L-N-I-C. It's high risk. It's about $2 million market cap coin. It's a meme coin. So just put in, you know, I put in about, you know, maybe $100, and if it goes to zero, it goes to zero. If it does 100x, then great. That's another thing. Like, so I guess really my long-term investments right now are Solanic, which is a meme coin. I only put $100 in. I won't put any more in right now. And then I have a little bit of money in Bohm. That's another meme coin, which will probably be way more conservative, but that Bohm could do a 5 to 10x in my opinion, minimum. And then Atom is my long-term investment, which could probably do a 5 to 10x as well, super long-term. I think Bohm for the rest of this bull market could do like a 20 or 30x, but in the next 3 to 6 months, I'm hoping for a 5x. I'd be happy. If that doesn't happen, it's okay. But so those are my 3 investments that I really have right now. That's my small portfolio. That's really all I own. Maybe a little Bitcoin here and there, but overall, I don't have a lot besides those 3 coins. And Atom is my biggest holding right now of those 3 by far. So let me go look at no requests on YouTube. I was in that Solanic, yeah. Sweet, JJ. OSEC is a Giga low cap gem. Chainlink? Yeah, Chainlink is kind of boring. I would rather hold Atom over Chainlink just because you can stake Atom. You know, the staking on your ledger or on your hardware wallet is about 30% APY a year. So like, and Chainlink, you can't stake it. It's kind of a coin that does absolutely nothing. Like, I mean, the use case is cool behind it, but like I'm talking about in price action, it just doesn't perform well. Like last bull cycle, it didn't. I held the last bull cycle and it did not do very well compared to my other holdings. Like right now, it's at 1773. For the longest time, it's been trying to get above that $20 level, and you really didn't. I mean, you went to $22, $23, but like to me, overall, you failed miserably to break that $20 resistance long term. And now, Chainlink right now is sitting on life support at 1750. That is support. If you don't hold that, you already had a wick below it, and you're testing it again. It's likely this actually does not hold. Let's see what happens. The 3-day says you could bounce here, but if you don't hold 1750, the next stop is 1431. It just does not seem like Atom is performing better than this. And even if Atom goes sideways, the fact you can stake it means you can make money while it goes sideways. I mean, to me, Chainlink is just not something I would touch, not financial advice, but it's not very exciting. At some point, it will pop this cycle, but it's just not. It just the returns on it compared to other cryptos in the last few years, it hasn't been there, in my opinion. So I personally will not touch it this cycle, even though I held it last cycle. I learned my lesson, and in this cycle, it might go to $100, but it's just hard to say. Wait, you can stake Chainlink, really? Well, I know it's not 30% APY. How much? I don't know what the APY on it is. I bet you can stake on Coinbase. Thank you for the follow. How do I feel about Alan the Alien? I have never heard of it. The render chart, sure, we can go look at that. RNDR, let's go look at it. Render looks really good to me. It went all the way up to like what, $13, $14. Yeah, I actually had a bigger measure move up to $15.77. The weekly chart, it does need to come down. But look, the 3-day, that's like around the top. The 3-day is oversold though, nonetheless. The 2-day, again, you still have the rounded top, but the 2 days oversold. The daily is going to be oversold. I just don't like that rounded top. So really, this measure move that I had on Render never played out. But I mean, to me, the chart looks pretty good. I mean, I don't like that round top. To me, the round top is obviously a bad situation, but either way, rounded tops usually, I believe that from what I've watched, rounded tops usually go back to where they started, and you can say this round top came from around this $6, $7 level, maybe even as low as $5.60. Either way, this, to me, you just have to look for the next support. The next support on Render is $8.75. If you don't hold $8.75, I also see more support down there at $6.90 or $7. And then if you don't hold that level, your next level I'd watch out for is that $3.51 level. I would pretty much say it's not going back to $3.51 until we see a bear market. And hopefully we never see below $4 again, or even $5. But Render short term really does look, it's possible we see more downside. You're about to lose a 21-day moving average on the daily time frame. So Render, to me right now, I'm not thrilled with what I see. It looked good earlier. I think the weekly chart, Render I like long term. Right now I can't say I love the short term price action. Long term, this thing will probably hit $50 to $100 this cycle. I think that's probably a pretty conservative target if I do say so myself. But Render I like. I don't know, I'd much rather hold Render than Chainlink personally. Have I heard of? I think I've heard of Kong on the AVAX chain. Yes, I've heard of that. I believe I have. Yeah. What's the market cap for that now? Let's go look at Kong. I have heard of Kong. I looked at it when it first came out a few days in. I tried to buy some. I don't think it ever worked out, and so I don't think I own any. Let me see if I can find out how to get to my DEX tools, and let's go see what the market cap on Kong is. I'm curious now because when I looked at it, it was around $6 to $8 million. What's it at now? Is it still there, or did it pop? Let's go look. Kong. I'm just curious. Oh my God. So yeah, it kind of just fell off. It's not doing good. Market cap right now is about $3 to $4 million, $3.5 million. It never really got the explosion I was waiting for, so maybe it's okay I didn't buy it. Yeah, I've heard of Kong. I thought it was going to be way higher, but meme coins are hit or miss, I guess. It could still pop, but I don't know why some of these comments are hidden. I'm not sure what's going on with them. I don't know why you can't sell or convert Brett on MetaMask. I really make sure you have the right kind of slippage, like 1 to 2%. I don't know if there's a tax on Brett. It just depends on that. If there's a lot of tax, then you would have to raise your slippage. Make sure you have the right contract address. I have no idea. Personally, I've used Uniswap before, but I don't know in your situation why you can't do that. Yeah, I'd have to know more information about it. Would I recommend converting Bitcoin to USDT? I can't tell you what to do, man. I gave you the TA. If you missed it, go back to watch the beginning of this live stream, or I'll post the video after on my Bitcoin update, but I'm not going to give you financial advice. I'm sorry, you just can't do that. I think holding Bitcoin long-term is a great idea. I'll leave it at that. You know, year in, year out, it goes up over time. Maybe not every single year, but like if you just look at the price chart or the chart, it's going up over time. So yeah, I can't tell you what to do, man. What about Mong? I don't know what that is. Probably a meme coin. Thoughts on Scala Infrastructure T? I don't know a lot about these little coins. APT, ICX. ICX is a bigger one. It's blocked and can only bridge. Hold on. Let me see if let me see something really quick. No, Brett's not on MEXC, is it? I have no idea. I don't even know what Brett is. Let me see if I can find Brett on here. BRETT. Is this it? Is it like is it under $1 million market cap? I wonder if there's liquidity in the... There should be liquidity. I don't know, man. Maybe you should just hold it until it blows up. You know, it's under $1 million market cap coin. If you don't put a lot into it, I would just hold. That's what I would do. So that's just my, you know, I don't know. It's under $1 million market cap, you know. LCX. Probably if it gets bigger, you know, it'll go to more exchanges, but LCX. So I had this going up to 123%, up to 55 cents at one point. This is kind of still in play, in my humble opinion. You did get the move to the upside, and right now the weekly chart is in a downtrend, but the 3-day chart is making a higher high. The 2-day chart is making a higher high, now going to the downside. And the daily chart right now, it made a higher high. I mean, your previous high in the daily chart was 35 cents. Now you made a move to 39. I mean, it's not much of a higher high, but it is a higher high. So to me, this is still possibly in play. And the 4-hour chart right now is trying to get the bounce, making... Well, that's a lower high in the 4-hour, but now you need the daily. So at this point, I'd probably sell and try to get back in when the daily, 2-day, and 3-day oversold, or at least the daily, because right now you barely made a higher high and you're already dumping. So to me, the breakout is still valid. I would say as long as you hold this last local low here at like 21, 22 cents, I would personally say the breakout was still valid, but it might not be a bad idea to take some money off the table or get out and then try to buy in lower. Not financial advice, but that's just what I would do, because I would say the breakout is still valid as long as you hold like 22 cents, but it looks like it's struggling right now, although you're at 50% from that level. So, or you could, yeah, I would personally take some off the table, take half off the table, and then keep the other half in case it does keep going up, and that's not a bad idea, honestly. But overall, it looks good. But I don't like the fact that daily is overbought right now. I don't like that. It's likely you see a little more downside right now. So we'll see what happens. But that is LCX, I mean. Looks bullish long-term, super short-term on the daily, 2-day, and 3-day. It's possible you see a little downside action. And if you don't hold 30 cents, which is support, then really the next support I do see is down to 22 cents. And if you lose 22 cents, then, in my opinion, the trade's invalidated. So I'll see you at 100. I don't know. I believe Bitcoin's definitely going to see 100,000. Thank you for the likes, by the way. Sell to Tether and then hold for 2 years before rebuying. Well, personally, you could put the money in cash when you sell, or... You know, or you could buy, yeah, or you could just put it in the stock market. It's hard to say. I would personally probably just put it in. I wouldn't put it in the stable coin because you never know when those can fail. I'd probably put it in like the U.S. dollar or something safe like real estate or bonds. Or if you put in bonds, you know, even though it's boring, then you would not be tempted to touch it for the next 2 years, and then when the next bear market's here, you'd have the money available again. That's not a bad idea. I do have a trading group, Wayne. I don't have any videos or courses on it, but I definitely could start making them for the trading group. I might think about that, actually. But I don't have any courses right now, no. The trading group is just where I give, like, the trades I see throughout the day, which I post a few a day, and then a Bitcoin update as well. So let me just make sure no one has a request on YouTube. So, yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. And, yeah. Bitcoin. So I already did a Bitcoin update. If you guys want to go rewatch the beginning of the stream or whatever on YouTube, you can. And I'll post a video of my Bitcoin update on YouTube after the stream. But a very quick one to recap what I talked about is Bitcoin does not hold 65,500. I'm looking for more downside down to like 60,584 and then 57,000. If you want more in-depth analysis, go rewatch the beginning of my stream on YouTube. It's a side hustle right now. Really, I invest more, you know. I do trade here and there for fun, but I don't have... No, I would like to live off it, but I don't right now. But yeah. So that's kind of what I got going on. And so really, yeah, Bitcoin has to hold 65.5. Otherwise, I definitely see more downside on Bitcoin, and it's pretty much that simple. Why is crypto dumping? Because it needed to consolidate. The 3-day chart on Bitcoin is still really far away from the 21-day moving average, which is this yellow line. Anytime the price is far away from that blue line, you are going to, at some point, get to move back to the downside. That's why I'm not so sure if this bull pen is going to play out, because the 21 is still far away. But the 21 could come and touch price action, and if it did that, come up here, touch price action, while the price does this, chop around, and then if the 21 crosses or touches, then you can get another move to the upside. But very often, especially on the higher time frames, when the 21 gets this far away from price action, you either see sideways motion for the 21 to catch up, or you see a dump back to the 21. And if you lose the 21-day moving average, then you could take a short down to the 200, because if the 21 gets lost, then it's usually likely that you come down and see the 200-day moving average be hit, which is down there at 31,000. I don't know if that's going to happen. I think it's unlikely we see 31K, but that's usually what happens. So the bulls need the price to go sideways, hold 65.5, if the 21 can come up and touch it, and then you can get another lift off. If the price goes below this blue line, it's likely you go to this yellow line down here at around 31K. I don't know. It probably took me about a year to get into trading. But I didn't get very good at it until like this year, because I wasn't very motivated. I don't know. Or maybe it was, but you know, I take it more seriously now, I guess. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow, NJ. So, yeah. But with that being said, guys, I thank you for the 320 likes. I do have to get out of here because I got to go work. I'll be back live on, what is today? Tuesday? I'll be back live Saturday at some point. I don't know if it'll be my normal time because I got to work. But I'll still be live twice a week. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, trade safe. Have a great weekend. Stay safe out there. I know it's supposed to snow here. But also, like I said, yeah. So for Bitcoin, if we hold 65.5, we're good. If we don't, you know, the downside targets I already gave you, as low as 57K. If you lose 57K, then honestly, you're going to probably come back to the 200 down here on the 3-day. We'll see what happens. But short term, until my next live stream, I basically watch for Bitcoin to hold 65.5. If you don't, you know, it's likely we get a bigger dump. So, NJ, if you want to learn more about it or help support me, join the Patreon. Link to join is in the description below, and I can help you in the trading group. But anyways, I'm gonna end the live stream.